In the game of love, it can be terrifying when someone sends you a message or says something in person to you, and your mind draws a blank because you don't know how to respond properly. Let's address that and see if I can help you out. Next. When in doubt, tell the truth. I want you to etch this into your mind so that the next time that you have a brain fart in front of someone, or you get an email or a text that you don't know how to respond to, you have something to fall back upon, because this has so many applications. So if you want to win more and lose less, this lesson needs to have a home in your mind permanently. It's not your in case of emergency lifesaver though. It's more like, in case of emergency, have you considered this? And it's not necessary that you obey that reminder, but you do need to hear it, because the solution to the problem that you're facing might be as simple as just telling the truth, and that would be amazing, right? Yes, it is simple, but it's something that I know that men, women, you and me, we tend to forget and overlook this, because sometimes we don't need to waste our time and energy trying to come up with something perfect or something so right, because sometimes the best and most productive strategy of action that you can take is just falling back upon the truth. When in doubt, tell the truth. Makes sense, right? Kind of along the lines of telling the truth is good, and that's something that you can remember, right? Good, because it's to your benefit. As Mark Twain expressed about telling the truth, it will confound your enemies and astound your friends. Do you understand how much power there is in telling the truth? I think we all know that telling the truth is inherently good, but with this lesson in the game of love, it's tough to trust because we know that it's risky. And without our trust in the truth, we might do things in the game of love like create an online dating profile that really doesn't accurately reflect us. Or we might fudge or avoid a topic in a conversation. We might just exaggerate ourselves or our accomplishments, maybe use a Snapchat filter for our pictures, or just misrepresent our intentions. Understand, it's normal to hold things back, especially when the stakes are high and you don't want to lose. But do you want normal or average results in the game of love? In Mark Twain's quote, he's right. It will confound your enemies, and it will astound your friends and your romantic interests. Because in the game of love, you probably are better served if you don't expect someone to know your truth and instead offer it to them. And I want you to understand that so often, it's appreciated and rewarded. Consider how often you're giving people answers in the game of love that are generic, vague, or incomplete. You're hiding your truth, and you're giving responses like, I'm fine, I'm just looking to see what's out there, not sure what I'm looking for. Be honest, have you given people answers like this? What I'm saying is, what if you're wrong in trying to come up with something better than the truth? Because we know about the truth that it leads to trust and more of it faster and deeper. And you would agree that the truth is a key ingredient to success, right? But yes, it will lead to failure, and sometimes sooner rather than later. But I ask you, is it really failure if you tell your truth and someone or something not aligned with you rejects you? I consider that beneficial. Understand this about the truth. It speeds up success and failure, and whatever outcome it produces tends to be best for your future. If you want to hack the game of love, you have to embrace the truth. Let me tell you why. It's rare, it's attractive, and it's rewarded, and it's something that you're probably not considering nearly enough. It's one of the first strategies that I consider when I'm working with someone and they want my help coming up with a plan for what to say or do next. You know how it is in the game of love. You get in these situations where you're just flustered and your mind goes blank and you're feeling the pressure and you want to say or do the right thing, and it just has you questioning yourself. So instead of telling the truth about what you really want or feel, you hold back because you don't trust that process of telling the truth. And no, it's not always the answer. It's not always the solution. And often it does require some polish before a presentation, but often enough it is the answer, or at least it gives you something to consider. It's something that I've discovered to a level that most people haven't, and I pass it along to you because it's such a simple practice, yet one that most people haven't mastered because they don't have that whisper, that reminder, hey, I see you stressing out about what to say or do. What's your truth? This is a lesson that you're going to want to make sure that you experience and practice, because that's the best way for you to ensure that this whisper has a permanent home in your mind. And win or lose in the game of life, understand that telling the truth, it improves your results and your experiences.